All right, Craig, it's raining. We gotta be fast at this, but what do people need to do that are watching this video?
Same thing they always need to do, like, subscribe, hit the bell.
Right, of course.
And become a member for only 99 cents a month.
Less than $1 a month, you'll get everything we film early, 24 hours to 7 days early, depending on what our schedule is, plus a bunch of behind the scenes antics, nonsense stuff that really shouldn't be in our videos. Thanks for watching. Welcome back to Texas Truck Channel. I'm Brian.
I'm Craig.
And it is raining. Sorry for any watermarks on the camera. We actually filmed this episode already in Colorado, but the mics recorded nothing. So we're gonna do it again here. It's the unveiling of our Ranger, sort of. As we told Tommy at TFL, we did a little piece with him. The truck's done, but they never really are they? But for our overlanding adventure, it is built for now. Most importantly, Craig, which y'all have not seen yet, the mustard, chipotle, and ketchup stripe right down the side. Yes, it's the colors of Toyota. No, it does not bother us because they got it right, man. Something that's cool about this is we didn't go make this on our own. This is straight out of the Ford parts catalog. Don't give us that much credit for it. It's about $220. You can get it for yourself. Bob's your uncle. We did use a shop in Fort Worth to do our vinyl applique for us. They helped us out in a pinch. It was like, we need it done tomorrow kind of thing. They got us hooked up. We'll have the contact info below if you need any vinyl work in Fort Worth for yourself.
But they did a really good job because, Brian, look how they integrated the keypad. They did a really good job. Right. They took this off, put it back on.
Yeah, they actually,
I like how they did that.
Removed the keypad, applied it, put it back over. Did a really good job. They also, where they broke the seam, it looks like you and I had nothing to do with it. That's how good.
And that's why we used them.
That's why we used them. Yeah. They did a really good job. Happy with that. What you have seen already on the show, and that's kind of want to recover or recap this for those that haven't seen it. First of all, wheels and tires. These are Rock Tricks 17x9s. Really, really happy with these. They look the business. They're actually Bronco spec in terms of offset and that kind of stuff. So they poke out just a little bit more. If you had a Bronco, that might be perfect. It's actually exactly what we're going for. No complaints there. They're actually really cheap. This is not a sponsorship. They were just like 125, 129 a piece. When we ordered them, I was like, I don't know. When they showed up, I went, no, that was right. That worked out really well. Wheel and tire, here's the tire part. FALKEN Wildpeak AT4Ws.
Ooh, the newest one, baby.
Newest one. We're gonna go hill test this in just a minute. We have not hill tested it yet, but we have driven these 2,000 miles plus already. We took them from Fort Worth, basically the moment we put them on, straight to north of Denver and Loveland, Colorado. And look, these are incredibly quiet. They are very sure-footed. They perform, at least on road and in wet, way better than the Wranglers that were on here before, the Goodyear Wranglers. So they're a little bit bigger also. They're 265, 70, 17. Which makes them about a 32-inch tall by 10.5. So happy with those, no complaints. Suspension-wise, completely stock for now. Fox shocks are on the way. What we can confirm, come show them, Craig. We know the front fits because the front suspension is identical from the previous Ranger to this one, and the Broncos are very, very similar. Out back though, the shock mount location has changed from inboard on the 19 to 23 models to outboard. They're right here, Craig. This is the factory shock location now. We can confirm because we bought a pair of Trimmer Fox 2.0 takeoffs. They mount perfectly. They're the same length, same bolt holes, and even with the external reservoirs, they fit. The bad news is the cores we bought are completely blown out. We got to rebuild them, but we'll get them on here at some point. Something else you haven't seen, the Cali Rays bed rack. This is from the Cali Rays catalog. Even they weren't sure if it fit the truck from the 23 model parts bin. Turns out it does. We found out for them, it does. If you'd like to get one of these, they are available. We do have a discount code below for 5% off. We have no beef in that business, but just letting you know, it works very well. We're happy with it. You have moly panels on the side, and we of course have gone for the mid-height because of a rooftop tent. It's not a hard shell because we need more than one person to sleep in it. And so when it folds out, it doubles its footprint. It's huge. And because we did the mid-height instead of the full height, Craig, look where this thing's at. It's barely above the cab. Now I do hear some wind noise. You've heard some too?
There's definitely some wind noise, yep.
Just a little bit. When we had the Tacoma, we used the same configuration, the same tent. We had a roof rack that was perfect and stopped all that wind noise. So if you want to avoid this, go to the low height and it'll actually get this roof rack tent right about there. That's your choice, but we have more. We still want to use our truck bed and we maintain that here underneath. There's still a ton of truck bed here. You can do truck things instead of just overlanding things. You can do more than one thing.
Still plenty of room here. A lot of room, absolutely.
Yeah. Now, if you do want to take this off, Craig, the good news is there is plenty of simplicity. There's 4 bolts. They're Allen keys, one in each corner, and then 2 people can lift this off super easily. Or if you have one of those roof ceiling lift things, you can do that too.
And Brian, one of the things I want to point out is this, it really is still usable.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you had it lower, you're right. It gets hard to use it. You can't crawl in there and grab something if you have to.
Right.
But because it's lower, you don't get the wind noise. But the other thing is, if you're camping in the rain, which I just did, you can actually put stuff back here and basically everything underneath your tents kind of stays dry.
Yeah,
it's kind of nice.
Good point. So when you use this style tent as well, this cover flaps over to one side so that if you have wind coming this way, it stays dry. It's like a tarp down one side of the thing. And coolers, camping totes, that kind of stuff. If you had a decked system, it's still working here, that kind of stuff. You've got options for sure. Now, I do want to report the Kurt hitch, Craig, we added this as well. This is part of our build as it sits. This is rated at 7,500 pounds. The hitch itself. The truck is rated at 3,500 pounds from Ford because it doesn't have the hitch. Right. The tow package doesn't give you...
That's for a bumper.
No, that's for right here. That's if you put one of the...
You can tow 3,500 pounds from the bumper.
From the bumper, right. So this is the old school way of towing things. In fact, we've had several Rangers we've towed from the bumper with before in our lives. But the point being is if you do the receiver hitch, this is all the kit gives you from Ford. There's another tow package you can get with Ford that gives you the backup assist and the advanced tow package. The advanced tow package. But the medium one gives you 7,500 pounds of tow rating, which doesn't get any higher with the top end one. The only difference is this is bolted on. That's it. So we went with Kurt. It was about 160 bucks on eBay. If you're looking at one, just to confirm it does fit. There's no photos on the internet of this thing yet, but we tested it. It's 4 bolts, super easy to get on there. And it towed beautifully. And it's mounted to the frame now. Absolutely. So I do want to talk about the towing a little bit. We've done a video on that. At elevation and high speeds, the powertrain kind of found its edge, but it certainly got it done, never cut any AC, never threw any warning codes. But in terms of chassis and platform, this is where Ford shines and some of its competitors don't. It is truck first. And it just didn't care it was there. It was super stable, no issues going on with that. Now, because we were going to the woods, Craig, we got to bring water with us, right? What if it's a drought? You're covered. So we have the rotor packs in here. We bought this for ourselves. It's super neat. You just loosen it, bada bing, and then it pops off. Now you can drink your water. You can also mount it like this, which is what we did when we were at the campsite. And we made a spout off of Amazon pieces. We just figured it out, and you can brush your teeth right on the truck. That's kind of handy. The beauty of having the mid-height rack is we had just enough room for the rotor packs and the tent itself. The tent's not too wide. If you had a wider tent platform, it might hit into it. If you had a shorter height bedside, you wouldn't even have these molly panels. It wouldn't work. More importantly, Craig, if we get stuck on toothpicks on the trail, we've got traction boards. We're covered. Good to know. Coming on the side, the stripe still exists. And here's the last thing I really want to talk about in this video, unless I'm missing something, Craig, the Cali Rays ditch lights. Let me get these things on real quick. Oh, check that out, dude. Check that out. Check that out. Look, these are the same lights we ran on our Tacoma. They're the 27 watt wide angle lenses from Cali Rays. So they have 6 LEDs pointing forward and 3 pointing out to the side. So you see a lot of guys with ditch lights that have these things pointed like all the way in the ditch or like full on to the side. Okay, that's fine, but we don't have a bunch of other lights. This is also an additional light for us at night. We call these deer spotters. That's actually what we use them for, because we're not on the trail at night that often, but we are dealing with deer and rural highways in Texas constantly. And these 3 LEDs on the side will find the eyeballs of critters in the woods. Helps us all the time. Now, Craig, how is this possible?
It's a good question.
How is this possible? Because this doesn't exist yet. You go to the Cali Rays website, they don't make a ditch light bracket for this. We made our own with the help of Cali Rays and the help of Sam, one of our crew guys you've seen on the show before. Sam happens to dabble in engineering a little bit. And we basically took the 23 model bracket kit that Cali Rays does carry and adapted it to fit this truck. Let me show you what we did. There it is. Okay, so what we did, Craig, is this bracket, again, it's not painted yet. You can see on this side. Let me show the people on this side. The mounting holes for the hood are the same as the previous Ranger, but the spacing on the back is completely different. This hood actually, the 23 hood is not as deep as this one. So we had to make our own. And again, Cali Rays, in a matter of days, made these for us. They were so helpful to make sure we were ready to go for Overland Expo. Just great partners to have on the show. Can't be thankful enough to have people like that work with us together. The beauty of the story is we're going to make one more revision of this because look how close it is to the hood. That's how I like it. But most of you guys that buy these at home are going to be scratching paint if you're not being very careful. So they're going to revise this one more time and it'll be on their site soon if you want to check it out.
The final version will be a little more user-friendly.
Yeah, it'll be a little higher off the hood too, kind of like our Tacoma one was. It's kind of dummy-proof. You can't really damage anything.
Also, it'll be painted.
Yeah, these aren't powder coated. These were stamped off and said, hey, come pick them up, they're ready. Really happy with that. Again, we did the quick wiring harness from Cali Rays. It's just on the battery terminals itself. And then I ran the switch through the, with a relay into the interior of the cabin. We're doing a full wiring setup on this at some point and hopefully a roof rack one day too. So stay tuned for more info there. Also the blow-off valve. Sounds amazing. That's over here. I'll show the people. Y'all probably seen this from a previous episode, but if you haven't already, there it is. And look, it's not as loud as I thought it would be.
That's because this truck's too refined because it actually has...
Unlike the Tacoma, it's got a 100 hood mat on this trim level. Yeah, that's a good point, but also it is an automatic transmission that never pulls boost between gears because the 10R60 is just, it stacks gears really well. So if you're goofing around town and you lift off, you'll hear it, but you almost don't know it's there most of the time.
Brian, lots of controversy because people are asking this on the interwebs.
Oh yeah.
10R60 versus the 10R80.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Previous generation Ford Ranger, the 23s and down, had the 10R80,
right,
which you would find in the F-150s.
Right.
This is the 10R60. Any concerns, emotional outburst about that?
No, none at all, because the internet gets panicked about things that just aren't a problem, and we can attest that it's been not a problem. We've changed tire height on it, and we've changed drivers multiple times a week, and it just works. I haven't had any goofs. 1080 historically would skip shifts a lot, or it would jump from first to third or second to fourth, and it just never, it kind of tried to do 10 things at once and didn't work very well. This one is not, while it's not perfect, it is a better performer than its competitors, and it's calm enough that I'm not annoyed by it. So I think it's a plus all the way around, and plus we towed with this thing, Craig, for 800 miles through the desert, 8 hours straight, no hiccups in the transmission. All I covered, that's where the Ranger sits right now. I do want to tease some things that are coming up. Fox shocks, right? Oh, we forgot skid plates. Show them the skid plates, Craig. We have a transmission skid plate. We have a oil pan skid plate. And coming soon, we have the updated transfer case skid plate once our buddies at Rival 4x4 get that updated for the US market. That'll be super cool. And then we have a full length fuel tank skid plate. That's pretty neat. Bumper, let's come on back, come on back. So things that are coming soon, in fact, very soon, the Fox shock's gonna get rebuilt, I hope this week. So in the next couple weeks, you'll see that on the show. And we have sitting in the garage right now, Craig, a replacement bumper from Rival 4x4 for the Australian market Ranger. We're gonna find it if it fits, and you'll see that right here. So be sure to subscribe.
And be sure to, not just subscribe, become a member for 99 cents, Brian, 99 cents a month. You can see all that footage a little bit sooner than everyone else.
Absolutely, you'll see it here first. It's raining, we gotta cut it. See you next time.